Dak might have gotten off to a great start, but his backfield mate had 11 carries for 33 rushing yards against the Buccaneers, among the fewest of his Cowboys career. And so let me come here and let me come to you, Nico, to start this, because, again, asking for a friend. But if you happen to have taken Zeke Elliott with the 8th pick in your fantasy draft this year and then watched that, please tell me that's not what the Cowboys offense is going to look like going forward this season.
It's not. It's not. They were going against one of the best defensive fronts in football right now. So if you're a smart offensive coordinator, you're just going to pound the ball in there and try and run the ball when you know you're against a great front? No, that wouldn't be the smart thing to do. What are you going to do? You're going to put it in your quarterback's hands. You're going to throw for over 400 yards, and you're going to be competitive till the end of the game. So I have no issues with them not having Zach Martin on the field because he didn't play in this game. So one of your best offensive linemen is not in that football game. So they were trying to game plan accordingly because they were playing a great defense. Moving forward, I do not anticipate this being a common trend.
Ryan Clark, the morning after that game, pointed out one particular play. Again, Zeke had very little work in that game, but one particular play where he had one guy to beat and would have scored a touchdown and couldn't beat him, and made the comment that there was a time when Zeke Elliott beat that guy with his eyes closed. Right. What is your expectation for Zeke bounce back this week?
I mean, I think we can say this is one game if we want to, but we can also look back at last year. Like this offense, they transitioned a couple years ago from being a Zeke-based offense to a Dak-based offense. I think the most important thing that Zeke can do is, and he is great at pass pro. Keep doing that. Keep doing that, and maybe get out in a route every now and then, because the league in general is not moving to a run-based system. Like those outside of New England and Baltimore, like everyone else has to throw the ball, and Zeke is not going to be the focal
but fantasy people did not draft him.
Did you not hear the fantasy people?
And Jerry Jones didn't pay him for that. But
That's true.
Much more seriously, there's a lot of running backs who are great in pass pro, right? And you don't have to pay them tens of millions of dollars. So that's not what they're expecting from Zeke Elliott, right?
It may not be what Jerry was expecting, but it's clearly what Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, was expecting. If you look at their game plans from before Dak got hurt last year, and you look at this one coming up, and Vita Vea is a problem, or that front. Like, I understand this is not the game to pound Zeke up the middle, but it doesn't seem like any game has been as long as Dak has been healthy.
So Kellen Moore called 28 run plays, and Dak checked out of 12 of them, because Dak saw a different opportunity and said, let's go there, right? Okay, but Kellen Moore has said, we need Zeke to pound it. And I've said on the show, my name for those two is Deke. Like, those two together, like, I don't think Dak is successful, the Cowboys are successful if, now I'm confused.
Zeke.
Zeke. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. Yeah, like, this team needs Zeke. And the last two times they've been to the playoffs since he was drafted, Zeke led the league in rushing. Right. Now, I'm not saying he has to do that this year, but that just shows the importance. I think there needs to be some more of a balance.
Go ahead, Nick.
I would say balance is vital. So once you lose that balance of being able to run the football and you're just one-dimensional, then you put yourself in a bad spot because other teams are watching that. But I don't think this is the case in this particular situation. I think that they game planned accordingly because they're playing Tampa.
Right. Well, that's a great note, by the way, from Kmart that they checked out of so many of those. Let's sort of leave it on this question for you, Domonique. This was an offense that ran through Zeke when it was at its best to that point. Clearly, that's no longer going to be the case. Dak has emerged as a true NFL superstar. But do they need to have much more from Zeke than they had in week one if they're going to be a legit threat this year?
Yeah, I think they absolutely need to have some production from Zeke, but they're filled with talent on that roster. It's not like Dak's rookie year when it was like Zeke and they needed a big receiver. Right. But now they've got the receivers. They've got three receivers that could be number one. So I'm not sure that Zeke needs to be as big a role as he has had.
If they become that kind of one-dimensional, then some of us may have to be perusing the waiver wire awfully soon. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.